Managing an organization as large and complex as the FBI requires a definitive idea of where we are now and where we hope to be in 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years. That's where our strategy comes in. The FBI strategy enables bureau leaders and managers to define and pursue objectives crucial to mission success, prioritize resources to achieve those objectives, track progress along the way, address gaps when identified, and, most importantly, deliver consistent results. The FBI strategy is periodically reviewed and adapted to align with the changing threat landscape and organizational climate.
August 19, 2024. Press release. Rota resident sentenced to 10 years in federal prison for possession of child sexual abuse material. Saipan, CNMI. Sean Anderson, United States Attorney for the Districts of Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands, announced that Vincent Masga Songsong, age 40, from the island of Rota in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, CNMI, was sentenced to 120 months imprisonment for possession of child sexual abuse material, CSAM, in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 2252, 4b. The court also ordered 5 years of supervised release following imprisonment and sex offender registration anywhere Songsong lives, works, or goes to school. A restitution hearing is set for September 27, 2024. Songsong was convicted of the same crime in 2015 and sentenced to 78 months imprisonment. He began a term of supervised release thereafter. On June 23, 2023, a United States probation officer visited Songsong's place of employment on the island of Rota. Songsong was found in possession of a cellular phone not registered with the probation office. The Federal Bureau of Investigation seized the phone and, through forensic analysis, located more than 1,000 video and image files depicting the sexual exploitation of minors. To date, approximately 123 victims have been identified. The possession of CSAM is an unconscionable crime that affects the most vulnerable in our communities, stated United States Attorney Anderson. The harm to child victims can last a lifetime. Our Project Safe Childhood initiative continues to target those who seek to prey on children. Our office will pursue these cases whenever the evidence supports prosecution. The FBI is dedicated to ensuring the safety of children in the United States and its territories, said FBI Special Agent in Charge Stephen Merrill. Today's sentencing sends a clear message that crimes against children will never be tolerated. Our collective efforts to promote public safety in Hawaii, Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands remain steadfast, and the FBI will continue to investigate, disrupt, and hold accountable those who prey upon the children of our communities. This case was investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and prosecuted by Albert S. Flores Jr., Assistant United States Attorney in the District of the Northern Mariana Islands. This was a Project Safe Childhood, PSC, case, a nationwide initiative to combat the growing epidemic of child sexual exploitation and abuse launched in May 2006 by the Department of Justice, led by U.S. Attorneys' offices and CEOs. PSC marshals federal, state, and local resources to better locate, apprehend, and prosecute individuals who exploit children via the Internet, as well as to identify and rescue victims. For more information about PSC, please visit justice.gov PSC. August 16, 2024. Press release. Wife of large-scale drug trafficker sentenced for money laundering conspiracy. Boston. A California woman was sentenced yesterday in federal court in Boston for her role in a money laundering conspiracy involving proceeds of methamphetamine and marijuana distribution. The defendant laundered over $200,000 of her husband's drug proceeds. In total, over 160 pounds of pure methamphetamine, as well as an AK-47, a Glock with no serial number, 2 loaded Smith & Wesson handguns, and over 4,200 rounds of ammunition were seized during the investigation. A marijuana grow operation with hundreds of marijuana plants was also dismantled. Christina Lua, 51, of Santa Rosa, California, was sentenced by U.S. District Court Judge Nathaniel M. Gorton 2. 12 months and 1 day in prison followed by 1 year of supervised release. In April 2024, Lua pleaded guilty to 1 count of a second superseding indictment charging her with money laundering conspiracy. Lua was originally charged in a superseding indictment, along with 4 others, in September 2021 with money laundering conspiracy. The indictment charged a total of 11 defendants in connection with the large-scale drug trafficking conspiracy. In addition to the money laundering conspiracy charged against Lua and 4 others, the other 10 defendants were also charged with controlled substance and firearm offenses. In approximately October 2020, investigators received information about drug trafficking activities of a large-scale methamphetamine supplier in the Boston area. In late 2020, Lua's husband Rashad Al-Kazi was identified as a large-scale methamphetamine trafficker who distributed multi-pound quantities to distributors throughout the New England area. Lua assisted Al-Kazi in laundering his drug proceeds, including by purchasing vehicles with cash drug proceeds, and by depositing cash drug proceeds in amounts less than $10,000 so as to conceal the nature of the funds and to avoid reporting requirements. Lua is the 3rd defendant to be sentenced. The remaining 8 defendants have pleaded guilty and are awaiting sentencing. Acting United States Attorney Joshua S. Levy, Jody Cohen, Special Agent in charge of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Boston Division, Stephen Bellow, Acting Special Agent in charge of the Drug Enforcement Administration, New England Field Division, and Sean Jenkins, Interim Commissioner of the Massachusetts Department of Correction, made the announcement. Valuable assistance was provided by the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office and Concord, Hudson, Peabody, Reading, Watertown and Waltham Police Departments. Assistance was also provided by the Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire and Maine State Police. Assistant U.S. Attorneys Alethea Porter and Catherine Ferguson of the Criminal Division are prosecuting the case. This case is part of an Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force's OCDETF operation. OCDETF identifies, disrupts, and dismantles the highest-level criminal organizations that threaten the United States using a prosecutor-led, intelligence-driven, multi-agency approach. Additional information about the OCDETF program can be found at www.justice.gov/OCDETF.
Equality before the law, also known as equality under the law. Equality in the eyes of the law, legal equality, or legal egalitarianism, is the principle that all people must be equally protected by the law. The rule of law is a political ideal that all citizens and institutions within a country, state, or community are accountable to the same laws, including lawmakers and leaders. It is sometimes stated simply as no one is above the law.